Alright, so I wanted to take a little bit of a break from all the DC helmets and get into something that I used to love as a kid. Now, if you grew up around the PlayStation 2 era like I did, between Assassin's Creed and this game, God of War, yeah, this is definitely something that you've grown to know and love. For those of you who've been living under a rock most of your life, these are the Blades of Chaos from the hit game God of War.
The Blades of Chaos, forged in the foulest depths of Hades. Once attached, the chains remained so, chained and seared to the flesh.
No, this is not a sponsored game, but God of War follows Greek mythology, and it follows a fallen Spartan by the name of Kratos. Now, Kratos is kind of like a black guy. He's lost everything. He's lost his family, his wife, his nation, and he wears the ashes of all those fallen people on his skin. During his fight to get everything back, he actually gets these Blades of Chaos from the God of War prior, as you know, Ares.
My life is yours, Ares. From this day, I shall carry forth your will.
With that sacrifice comes a lot, but basically the story is about him fighting back to get to his throne or to fight his father by the name of Zeus, which I'm pretty sure you all know.
Zeus! Your son has returned. I bring the destruction of Olympus!
And before we get to the video, just keep in mind that this is part one. I'm definitely making another pair of these. One being because when I was making this video, I actually factory reset my laptop and lost some footage, but it's still a complete video to where you'll know how to put these together. And two, there are a couple things that I'm just not too happy about with this print, so I'm definitely doing a part two. And as always, stay tuned until the end of the video because just like Marvel, I tend to give you guys a sneak peek of what's coming next. And for some of my other tips on how to add LED lights, how to make these helmets actually fit your head, and a lot more, you can check out all of my other videos. Basically everything you see back here has a tutorial video for it. Enough of me, let's get to the video. All right, and now as always, I basically have the structure laid out here with these top three. You guys already know what's gonna happen now. The handy dandy soldering iron's coming out to bring these all together. And then from there, using this liquid painter's tape, as you can see, there's still a lot of smaller accents that need to be covered. And as you can see with that painter's tape, it takes some time. So hopefully I can cut some time down with this and show you guys something new. But before that, let's go ahead and solder. As you can see, still I do have some of the painter's tape in there. I'm about to start taking some of that out now. And we're gonna try some of this liquid painter's tape. So we're gonna see the effects of this. I'm really hoping that this does a good job because again, I'm gonna be throwing some LED lights in here to make sure that this all like glows and lights up. So I got a little paintbrush with me, which I'm pretty sure that within QuickTime, this stuff hardens pretty quickly. I'm pretty sure that this brush is gonna get covered in stuff quickly. I'm gonna have to keep peeling it off, but it is what it is. I'm just super excited to actually try this because it was a pretty tedious thing to do with the painter's tape, as you can tell. So let's get some of that stuff out of there. Contains natural latex, can cause an allergic reaction. So viewer discretion advised. For US only, warning exposure may cause allergic reactions. Contain natural rubber latex and not use if allergic to rubber latex. So if you have allergies to latex, do not use this. So it goes on wet, and then as it dries, it'll harden and then crust up and basically hold all of this stuff together. And then from there, you just basically peel it out. So I guess I'm just gonna do this one coat first and just kind of see how it reacts. And then if I need to add more, I'll go from there. looks like it's everything. So now I'm gonna let this all dry over, see how long that takes, and then go from there. I expected that to be a lot longer, a lot more difficult. It was a lot easier than I thought. Let me see if there is a dry time on the... It's kind of super vague. It doesn't give me a dry time, no. So I guess we'll just sit and wait. And after the day, that's what it's looking like. So like I said, now I'm gonna do the other side with painter's tape. Or I kind of really just want to use this because how quickly it went, but it's super time saving. Okay, so just a little tip just to make my life easier. Basically what I did was just cut out all these little strips from blue painter's tape, and I'm just inserting those into the lines. That way now all I have to do is just peel and plug, or peel and attach, which you see I did here, and it did not take that long. So again, we're going to compare the two sides. This again is the liquid painter's tape. This is regular. Okay, so I still haven't peeled off the painter's tape and the liquid painter's tape. That's going to come a little bit after this. As you guys see, I had to add some more painter's tape, but this is just so I can get a nice even line and then start adding the graphite powder on the sides. So I'm not going to spray paint this over, although I definitely could. As I mentioned before, I don't really like the way that that looks. So basically it would look like that or that, which is very bright. I'd rather the finish that the graphite powder gives, which is like that nice dark metallic kind of look, which I haven't found a spray paint can that can actually do that. So just gonna add that, peel everything, get the lights, handles, and we are almost done. The longer that you keep this stuff on, the harder it gets. So it's like taking off an old spider web or something. That's coming off easy too. As far as patching everything back. So as you can see, some of this spread a little bit over the lines. I'm either going to use the Sharpie to kind of like color everything in black or just hand paint it. I'll try to test the two out, but so far so good. You can see all the lines showing. So this is the liquid painter's tape side. It's doing a damn good job so far. And it's a lot simpler to add on. And like I said, taking the stuff off is satisfying. See how the regular painter's tape did. So as you can see, obviously taking it off is going to take a lot more time because I did a lot of little strips.
Alright, and there's still a lot more to go. So like I said, guys, you can see that there is a big difference between the two. This one came off pretty much just like a perfect web, all in one. And this, as you can see, kind of looks more like the lines are a lot more accurate. Like I said, that's the best thing about it. You can get a lot more accurate. But this is a lot more time. This is a lot more time saving as far as the application and as far as the.
Yep, I'm gonna have to do some touch up because it does look good, but like areas around here, that doesn't look right. Coming down, that's a pretty good line. Just some things I'm gonna have to fix, and some more tape that I'm gonna have to remove and just look at the final look to see if I really am happy with it. But I do want this thing to pop and look really good, so I'm probably gonna hit it with some clear coat and all that good stuff and try to like really buff this thing up because I want these things to look good. So that was a cool sneak peek. Definitely make sure to stay tuned until the very end of the video so that way you can see what build I'm actually making next. You don't want to miss it. Also check out my Battlestar Galactica helmet and the Mr. Beast helmet because in both of those videos, I know I was kind of vague with the LEDs, but in those two videos I show you a lot more in-depth process of how you can actually add LED lights into 3D prints, how you can solder them and cut them. So that way if you need to put a piece here of LED and an LED here, I show you how to cut it and then wire those two together. I love this thing. The lights, as you can see, have different modes. So I can kind of switch it to whatever I want. And one control, it does come with two different controls, but one control can, as you can see, control both at the same time. So the lights, everything, I have to find like a more creative way to like start displaying these more through my shorts instead of just showing you guys like quick builds of it. Or just quick flashes of it, but these things are freaking amazing. Like I said, stay tuned guys because this is part one. I didn't show any of the attachment or a couple different things. Like I said, there were some clips that got cut out that I couldn't re-record again because it's already done. So again, this was part one, which is pretty cool. I'm starting to like to do more than just one of one build because whenever I do it the second time, whatever I learned from this first one compounds into the next one and it comes out to be a lot better. Take that Battlestar Galactica helmet for example. I wish I could make this a lot longer of a video because I really want you guys to like soak this in and just like how cool it is and what you're able to do with 3D printing. Again, this is something that's taken me a while to get to this stage to be able to like make things look this good, but if you start today, it's just a matter of how long it takes you to actually learn and master something, which is anything. If you pick up a basketball for your first time, you might not be good. But I mean, if you practice every day, who knows, you can have handles like Kyrie. But besides that, guys, I'm gonna nerd out with these a little bit more. As you can see, I got the game in the background. I'm thinking of starting to do maybe some Twitch lives with gaming, something like that, I don't know. Love you guys. We are at 1,500 subscribers as well. So I would just want to say thank you guys for all of the support. It definitely means a lot. This is a goal to be able to do this full time and inspire you guys and meet a lot of you guys and give this stuff to a lot of you guys and just inspire you to be creative and be your own person. Besides that, as always, it's BZ Comics. Peace. Don't forget to stay tuned for what's coming next.
But hey, I'm here now. Whatever the hell here is.